Alright, so here recently I've been seeing THCA pop up a lot in edibles. Whether that mean that like the edible has like 8 other cannabinoids in it, or whether they're marketing it as, I don't know, literally just straight THCA. And I've been seeing a lot of confusion in people in comments, and not even just like in other comments, but in my comments, talking about this doesn't make any sense. How can you put THCA into edibles? Because we all know that, obviously when you decarb THCA, it becomes THC. That's hence why we have the loophole with the flower. I understand a lot of this confusion, and I went through a big Reddit post or like down a Reddit rabbit hole. I've been trying to find a bunch of different videos explaining. I literally can't find a single video really even talking about it. So I want to actually talk about this topic today. What's going on, people of Earth? My name is Chili Dilly, back at you with another chill ass video, man. And yeah, so I've just been seeing this recently, and it got me curious as well. I'm a curious person. I like to find out the most I can really about cannabis and the things that we put in our body, whether it be just for safety reasons or just because maybe I don't know, nerdy and I just like to learn this stuff, man. It's pretty interesting how it can mess up your body, how it can affect your body in different ways. Obviously, you guys know that YouTube does not pay WeedTubers though, so we do have to get sponsors. So shout out to the sponsor of today's video, JK Distro. They are my favorite THCA company, and when I say my favorite, I mean I literally only use them. Like, you guys can literally see that throughout time. I've only stuck with JK Distro. I've been working with them for almost 2 years. So THCA edibles. Now we all know that even to make edibles to begin with, they would have to decarb the THCA already and put it into the edibles. Now we all know if that was just completely THCA in the edible, that would just be straight THC. Now that's technically not legal to sell. So what is really going on here, right? Now there's a bunch of different answers, but one of the first two that obviously that comes to mind, or that I saw a lot of, is one, that it is already decarbed and it just goes along with the Delta 9 law. So just under the 0.3% by weight. So they're pretty much still just saying it's THCA, but it's still just THC, really, but it's still under the 0.3 by weight. That's why edibles are weird when it comes to the milligrams and stuff. Or two, it could be what THCA actually is. THCA, if you don't know, is actually a non-psychoactive inducing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's correct. So if you actually eat it, like if you were just to eat weed, nothing happens to you. If you eat THCA that's been, in gummy, but it's not been carbonated or decarbed yet, then it's not going to give you any kind of psychoactive component. Man, I'm tripping up on my words today. And it's just going to give you like anti-inflammatory and just other medicinal benefits. Now, I don't really think that's happening. I think I've seen some websites that are pretty sketchy when it comes to that I think maybe it is just that THCA. I fully think that it's already decarbed and just follows the laws and guide that it's already going to. And still, once again, that's just another way to get around the loophole. A lot of the COAs that I was even looking at, it would actually say like THCA, and then by the milligram, it would say like THCA D9 or like D9 and stuff like that, because it's literally the same thing. Like, I don't want to sit here and explain it to you. And it's crazy how much comments I get on a lot of my THCA videos where they're like, people are still saying like it's just regular weed. Like, first of all, I've said that a million times. If you don't know that by now, that is what it is. It's just a loophole. But I'm not here to explain that to you because I have 50 other thousand videos about that. I want to talk more about the edibles. So in my opinion, I think it is already just decarbed, and it just follows the D9 hemp law. Because honestly, whenever you look at it, it's a lot of the time not a lot of THCA, which brings me to my next point, and that is that if you look at a lot of the COAs, like usual, like with carts or like with anything that you find that have just a bunch of different cannabinoids, half of the time that shit is usually fucking, mostly Delta 8. And you could say what you will, feel how you do about that. Like I've said in other videos as well, it is hard to get straight of all that is. The other cannabinoids, it's very, very expensive, so a lot of people just cut it. Whether that's okay or not is really up to you, because at the end of the day, you can be looking at COAs, or you should be looking at COAs before you get anything. So if you didn't know, but the information was there and available for you, then you definitely played yourself. Another thing that also I heard, and that this is, once again, I don't know if this is really true. There's not enough evidence for this, just because THC edibles are just now becoming popular. And a lot of people are still confused about it, wondering if it's the non-psychoactive or did they already decarb it. And another theory, this is the ones I just told you are like pretty much concrete facts. Like in my opinion, it's whether going to be decarbed, and it's going to say that in the COA under the milligram for D9. You know, just look for that a lot, and it's usually what that means. If it doesn't say there's D9 in it, but you see a D9, like that's usually what it's going to be. Another theory that I saw that, once again, there wasn't a lot of info on, you know, if you guys can guide me to any kind of good source info for this, that would be a lot of help, but I really couldn't find it other than on Reddit, and then just some like more medical posts, but that was more for like the non-psychoactive part. But some people believe that even eating it can just decarb it, like the way that it just kind of breaks down, like the way that you get 11-hydroxy, that some people believe that it is like not decarb, but it's gonna decarb because you ate it. And I don't really believe that, but I don't know. I've never tried just straight THC edibles before this, but that's just a theory. That's not something that I know that I believe in, but it is something that some people have talked about, and there is some, but little info about. Did you know some big info you guys didn't know though? That 60% of you are not subscribed to the channel. If literally just 10 to 20% more of you subscribed, we'd be up at like crazy numbers, legendary numbers, you know what I'm saying? Fucking, I don't even know. I'm trying to think of big words, but I can't. I'm pretty vague. I definitely understand the confusion about it. I've only tried like 2 gummies that have THC in it, but it also had other stuff, so it's kind of hard to even tell to begin with, because either way I just got pretty baked. But I really do understand the kind of like confusion on it. In my opinion, I don't know if it'll get that crazy big. I think, like I said, usually what happens is that it's already decarbed, and when you look at the COA or the testing, it's just gonna say like D9 and then a certain milligram and stuff like that. And if it's not that, then it's definitely the non-psychoactive, and that's definitely not what you want anyway. But when it comes to the, you know, THCA itself, once again, once it is decarbed, which means heated up, it does drop the A and just becomes straight THC. Whether they're also mixing D9 with decarb THCA, which is some probably crazy ass, potent ass edibles. But yeah, what do you guys think? Like I said, there actually isn't a lot of study or information about this, which is very surprising. It's also not really popular. Like I said, I just recently have been trying these. But yeah, definitely let me know in the comments, man. Check out JK Distro, all that shit, man. Definitely just a kind of conversation topic video. And yeah, if you guys enjoy the in-bump, the Adult Swim style in-bump, send your own to chillydillynbumps@gmail.com, and I will feature it at the end of the channel or the video. Why do I always say the end of the channel? Anyway, subscribe, all that good YouTube shit. Yeah, just look. If anything, if you learned anything from this, maybe give it some more time before like diving into THC edibles if you're gonna spend money. Just look up, you know, look at the testing, look at the milligram, look what it's saying, look if it's mixed with stuff. You know, just be aware, man. Things are different now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what a lot of people don't get, is that like times are changing, and with all these other cannabinoids, people are easily mixing things for cheaper, for better, for blah. Yeah. And then obviously there's the whole, you know, the entourage effect, which I've made videos about. Anyway, I could keep going. Fucking love you guys.